Hi, I'm Beth Keener.
And I'm Greer Howard.
And you are watching The Local Lens. Today we are so excited because we're sitting down with Shannon Purser, who is recently nominated for an Emmy. And you're going to see this right before we know whether or not you win the Emmy.
Right? Yeah. You got my vote, girl.
Yeah,
you got my vote.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
So I tell you what, we, obviously Barb, what an incredible character that you got to play. And unfortunately, it's sad as a fan of the show, we've heard you're not coming back for season 2. So our heart hurts a little, but you have said that you've been told there's gonna be justice for Barb. Now, you don't know what it is, right?
No.
Okay, but I have a question. If you could choose what justice for Barb would look like what would be, in your opinion, justice for Barb?
I mean, on the most basic sense, I think a funeral would be nice.
Right?
Like most people.
I think if somebody noticed that I was gone, that would be cool.
Just honor that.
But otherwise, I mean, my fantasy is that she would come back from the dead with 11 powers.
And then the fans loved you so much that they were like, where's Barb? Where's Barb? And then lobbied for you to get nominated for an Emmy.
Right.
Were you
So weird.
expecting it? Were you
No.
did you know what was gonna happen? Walk us through that.
Yeah, I mean, I was just so over the moon to get a Netflix show for my first job. That's so cool. And had a great time on set and didn't really expect anything to come of it, for me specifically. And then the show blew up, and then Barb blew up, and I just remember people mentioning the idea even that I might be nominated for an Emmy was just crazy to me. But I just remember that my mom was so confident. She's like, you'll be nominated. It's gonna happen.
Thanks,
I'm
Mom.
like,
Thanks,
Mom, it's not gonna happen. I don't think so. I remember I was on a plane to Vancouver to do season 2 of Riverdale, and I had a layover in Salt Lake City, and they had just announced the nominees on the plane. So I turned my phone off airplane mode, and it just is blowing up, and I don't know what happened. And then I get a phone call from my manager and my publicist, and they're both crying.
So let's talk a little bit about your relationship with social media. Okay, so you get this role, and once Stranger Things come out, it's this huge phenomenon, and your social media blows up, and you have all of these followers that love your character, they're following you, and you're very honest on social media. So were you always that way, or did you gain more courage as you gained more fans and more followers?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think the whole experience was just so overwhelming because I think I had 70 followers on Twitter before.
And I think we saw yesterday 136,000.
130-something thousand.
Yeah.
Which is
Wow.
totally weird. I'm like, why do this many people care about my life? But
They do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's just been a personal growth, not even in regards to social media. It's just being more confident, and I don't know, I really consider myself an open book, and I think that if I have this crazy, ridiculous platform that I have now, that I want to use it for something important.
Is there anything though, because you have shared a lot, is there anything that they would be surprised to know?
Probably that I had an anime phase as a young person, which I'm kind of ashamed of, but also there were some good things that I watched, so I'm not 100% embarrassed about it.
Now, let's just talk about the last, honestly, 2 years of your life. Okay, so you land Barb on Stranger Things, and this is your first role, and you just wrapped on a movie. Sierra Burgess is a loser, and you play Sierra. You are the lead of the film.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely, I mean, I don't know. I think I always had this confidence that I would make it someday, but definitely not as quickly as I have, or in the way that it's happened. So yeah, to do my first job 2 years ago, and then to be leading a film is really scary, but also totally amazing. And I really love my director, Ian Samuels, and everybody who worked on it for having that confidence in me.
All right, so we do have one quick thing we want to do with you. So of course in our Twitter stalking, we found that you like witch e-makeup.
I do.
And
Yeah.
so we have a lot of our makeup here.
Oh, awesome.
And we wanted to see if you could do a couple looks or show us a couple things that we can do to amp up our witchy side.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yeah?
I'll do what I can for sure.
All right, so we're gonna grab our
Grab our stuff.
makeup and then we're gonna be right back with you. You had taken your liquid liner and you had kind of cat-eyed it, if you
Yeah.
will. So how do we do that?
That is tough. I've spent a
It's
lot
hard.
of time watching like YouTube tutorials to sort of figure it out. But I mean, I can show you what I do. So it makes it easy because I've already drawn like this line already.
Okay.
But basically, if you want to do a wing, you start at the very outer corner of your eye and draw a straight little line, and then connect the dots.
Oh,
I love that. What? That is so cool.
It is so much simpler than I thought it would
Yeah,
be.
well, she makes it look that way.
Yeah.
But
okay,
now
so
if
let's
I
get in
tried
there.
it.
Oh, look. So you did straight out from the crease.
Yep. And then you connect. And then you fill it in. That's cool.
Give us a tip for lips while we're here.
Yeah. Basically, the best thing that you can do, I think, can you give me that dark light?
Yeah.
Thank you. Is you try to define your Cupid's bow first.
What's a Cupid's bow?
It is this little
Ooh.
right here.
That sounds so sexy.
It does.
It does. And some people have it, and if you don't have it, you can fake it if you want. I'm kind of already wearing lipstick. But if you don't have lip liner on you, which makes it easier, you can use actual lipstick. You just have to be a bit more careful.
Okay.
But what I do is kind of draw a little X.
What?
So you already kind of have that little V shape.
Yeah.
And then
That looks good.
That's a great color. Check out her Twitter handle if you want more tips on makeup, but also if you want to join in her conversation because she really is great at engaging her fans. And what's your handle?
it's just at Shannon Purser.
Okay.
Love it. And Shannon, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
thank you for having me.
And you guys, and your film, Wish Upon, is out in theaters.
Yeah, if
so
you like scary stuff, check it out.
definitely need to check that out. And we can't wait to see your new film. That will be, do you have any idea when it's going to come out?
I think right now the goal is to get to Sundance. So
very
hopefully it'll be there next January. We find out in November if it's been selected.
Fantastic.
But I feel very good about it.
All right, Sierra Burgess is a loser. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for joining us. We
thank
just
you.
really appreciate it. And guys, stay locked on what's lensing. I'm Greer Howard,
I'm Beth Keener.
your friends in entertainment.